Check one, check two. All right, cool. I'm gonna move the mic over here so y'all can hear me well. Can y'all hear me? Out there in Spreaker land. All right, so let's change the camera one more time, one more again. Let y'all get one more gander of what's going on out here before we start the show. Maximize. I should have changed the angle of the camera. Next time I could do that, but sometimes it becomes a little bit more complicated than you know how you do it sometimes. You get a little bit more complicated than you think sometimes. So, all right. So let's go and get into the show. There we go. Got on my shirt just so that y'all know I got the right color on. I left all of my stuff at the crib that I usually would go down. So as we go through the Toast family, remember that it is a mistake of the heart and not of the mind. My fault, of the mind and not of the heart. If I don't call on your family's name, all right. Let me get to make sure everything is cool on Spreaker before we move on. All right, Spreaker is picking us up. I don't know how clear it is. You know what I'm saying? But I want to remind you that you are now standing in the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. I know those of you that's out there can't hear that. You know, on Spreaker they can hear it. Of course, you know it's a Heart of a Simple production. You know what I'm saying? All day, every day. Well, we strive to blow up your old paradigm. We'll be back in the studio tomorrow morning. But as of right now, we are sitting out here at Deer Creek, enjoying ourselves. So we don't have the water song playing for us right now, so we're gonna just pour a little water. Y'all see, I got my little travel glass, because I'm not gonna bring my other glass with me. We're gonna fill it up. I ain't got no health drink with me today either. And I've been up here since about 7 o'clock trying to get stuff ready, trying to make sure that everything was straight. But y'all know how it goes sometimes. Take a little bit of time to get this stuff going, and then on top of that, to make sure that I'm able to reach out to the supporters. I appreciate all those that have been supporting. We will be doing another trip in August, so don't fret if you didn't make this one. But make plans to be up here with us next time. I'm thinking about working on being able to do something like this once a quarter, once per season. Let's say it like that, once per season. Because it's a beautiful thing when you get involved with nature. I mean, you don't necessarily have to do the fishing or the hunting and stuff like that, but just being able to be out in nature. And I know y'all like, well, what about wintertime, Brother Hot Tim? In the wintertime, they have a lodge. You see the lodge behind me, right? There's a big old fireplace up in there. Don't have to go swimming, but they got an indoor pool. Well, we can just come out and we can have us a good time either in the cabins, or we could rent the lodge or rent rooms in the lodge, and we could come together and bring people together just so that we can have a moment of rest and a moment of peace. You understand what I'm saying? That's important in what we're doing. When you're talking about building tribe, and you're talking about developing family, you're talking about developing individuals. Of course, a lot of that stuff happens under stress. A lot of that stuff happens under duress sometimes. But in order for a muscle, or in order for any part of the body or any part of the mind to get get stronger, it has to have a time of recovery time, right? So what we want to provide is a time for recovery. So now I'm gonna go and put on my little watch. Got my little timer here. I want to do my timer because you know I only got 10 minutes for the rant. I don't want to be holding up. Y'all know, as an old man, Brother High Tim, as an old man, I have a lot to say. So I have to go and make sure that I'm able to say what I need to say in a quick amount of time. I'm trying to put the mic in the best position because Spreaker can't see me, but y'all can see me. So the ones that can see me, I have to kind of step back and. But anyway, so the rant for the day is, let me find the flyer. Depending on faith rather than training. Now, and I want to make sure that people don't get confused with what I'm saying, and because I'm not saying that's the way it should be, but what I am noticing is that in a lot of the organization and in a lot of stuff that we're doing, whether we're talking about tribe building, whether we're talking about family building, whether we're talking about personal development, whether we're talking about business, a lot of us are depending more on faith than we are on training. And there's a saying that says faith without work is dead. And the work part of the faith is very important because it's not necessarily that you're putting belief in something that you necessarily can't see. You're putting your faith in a process that you have, in a sense, applied yourself to over and over again. So many of us are depending on faith rather than training, depending on faith rather than practice. We think that just because we believe it can happen, we believe that we could do it, that's enough. And I'm here to tell you that it's not enough. You know what I'm saying? It's not fair to yourself. It's not fair to the universe that you think that you could roll up out of bed and do whatever it is that you want to do because you believe that you could do it. The universe is based on processes, is based on systems, and that includes everything. That includes you as well. You know what I'm saying? In order for you to be successful, you have to have yourself a system. You have to have a process. Now, this came to me yesterday because I was walking through the woods with one of our up and coming leaders, Brother Tykees, and because Brother Tykees was letting me know how he felt, because like I said, we've been doing this because when it constantly amazes me. I went through the circle yesterday, in the libation circle yesterday, and was asking, did I even start the timer? I didn't even start the timer. That's cool. I'm going to start the timer now. I'm sorry. Let me start the timer. I'm just rambling right now. We're going to start that timer. Boom. There we go. So now this is officially the start of the rant. Well, anyway, I was walking in the woods and I was talking with Brother Tykees, up and coming, about some of the concerns and some of the future things that we want to do. And Brother Tykees was, kind of concerned because he was listening to the conversation because, like I said, as far as Gye-Nyame and all of the transformations of Gye-Nyame over time, we have been doing this for over 30 years. You know what I'm saying? And our personal involvement and involvement with other organizations. But if we just counted on my life scale, it's been over 30 years. You You know what I'm saying? Generate. I mean, it's like, the generation switch, but we got generations in this. We got different groups of people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just in conversations over this weekend with people that's been around for years, we're just trying to count how many young people we done mentored that are now professionals. And it's like, wow, damn, such and such is doing this, such and something, like, wow. So, but the piece that Tykees was concerned about was because, we start reminiscing. Y'all know how it go. You start reminiscing, talking about the adventures, talking about how hard it was and the stuff that you used to do. And, Tykees is like, yo, I want to do the freedom run. We like, nah, dog, you don't want to do the freedom run. You don't want to do the freedom run. You don't need to do the freedom run. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? I want to do the freedom run. And some other young brothers listening, like, yeah, they want to do it too. Like, nah, y'all don't want to do the freedom run, and I don't want to do the freedom run. So I'm gonna be fair to you. I don't know. We want to play Simba ball. You know what I'm saying? So we explained to them what Simba ball is. They like, oh, we want to do that. I said, nah, I don't think you want to play. I don't think you want to play Simba ball. Nah, y'all don't need to do that no more. Nah, we did that. We did that so that you don't have to do that. So what I was trying to explain to him was that the system that he's coming through is different than the system that people that came before him went through. But it's all, in many cases, the same. And that he shouldn't get caught up in the fact that every generation think that they had it harder. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell y'all stories often where some of my sons would used to come to the Gye-Nyame house, and they'd be like, Pops, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you all right? I say, why? Because some of the shit that's going on around here, you would have never had with us. Well, y'all was different. You know what I'm saying? And every generation. So I wanted him to know that what he's going through, like I said, because they got to go through the freedom run. They got to go, some of them got to experience Simba ball. Some of them got to experience whole other aspects of Gye-Nyame. But you got to do the Blazer. You know what I'm saying? You got to travel. You getting to do other stuff. So you are on another level because of the training. Your training is different, but it brings out the same qualities in you without you having to go through you know what I'm saying? So your responsibility is different than my responsibility. I did what I had to do when I was younger so that I could lay the foundation for those that came after me. Your job is to lay the next level of that foundation. We can't all continuously be in the same space and just expect out of faith for us to move to the next level. No, we got to have training. We got to have planning. We got to have practice. You know what I'm saying? We laid the foundation so that you will be able to show out in a whole nother way. Your job is not to be able to show out in the freedom run. Your job is not to be able to show out in Simba ball. Your job is not to be to do some of the stuff that some of the older brothers and some of the brothers in our extended family have done. You don't have to do that. We did that so that you wouldn't have to do that. We did that so that you could show out and be the best at what you are. We did that so that we could develop the training program that would take you to the next level of where we are right now. I mean, the next level where we need to go. Right? So, the key piece that I want to get across to those that listen in every now and then is stop depending on just blind faith. Faith is not enough. Where's the training? Where's the practice? Where's the procedure? Where's the process? Where's the systematic process and the application of African wisdom, the practical application of our ancestral wisdom, of African wisdom? We lose because we start thinking, when we put ourselves in arenas and start depending on faith, when we need to depend on practice. LeBron James can't depend on faith because there's a lot of great basketball players out there that ain't dependent on faith. They dependent on practice. You know what I'm saying? A lot of great football players that ain't dependent on faith. They dependent on practice. There's a lot of great MCs out there. They're not dependent on faith. They're dependent on practice. There's a lot of great mathematicians out there. They're not dependent on faith. They're dependent on practice. A lot of great engineers out there. They're not dependent on faith. They're depending on practice. And we want to develop a culture of individuals that are dependent on practice, right? Not faith. And please don't get me wrong, Imani is a very powerful principle when it's applied properly. And I think our application of it is flawed. It's flawed. It's not that you have, once again, it's not that you have faith in something that you don't know, something that you can't see. See, I think it's more about what other people can't see. It ain't what about, because you done seen the practice, you done seen the sweat, you done seen the work. So it's not a mystery to you when success pop off. You understand what I'm saying? It shouldn't be a mystery to you. It shouldn't be a feeling of luck. It should be, shit, I invested blood, sweat. I done did real libations in this shit. Right? Real libations. And let me explain for those that's new here. What are real libations in Gye-Nyame? There's 3 types of libations. You got the water, which is the lowest form. Now y'all don't be shocked, right? Water and liquor and stuff like that. Lowest form of libations, right? The next highest level of libation is sweat, because it is a liquid, and it pours out, and it comes out when you work. It comes out when you're involved in the process and in the training, right? Libation is a thing of faith. I want y'all to think about that shit. But the most powerful form of libation is that of blood. Especially not blood you pull from something else, but blood that's coming from you when you are invested in the thing that you love and the thing that you want to do. Your blood, your sacrifice. Right? That's what fulfills faith. Not no blind belief in some magical beings or some shit like that. But yo, this is Brother Hot Tim. And as we say in Gye-Nyame, I just want y'all to know that class is dismissed. All right, family, listen. I can't hear the thunder. I don't have my earpiece in. I'm not gonna put it in right now. So what I'm going to do is we're gonna do the libations. I'm gonna get out of here and get up here and start, motivating the troops. So we got the glass up here. We got the glass. I already put the water in it. We don't have a water song. I mean, I got the water song, but I didn't play the water song because y'all wouldn't really be able to hear it. I need to upload it up here. But anyway, we're gonna lift up our glass and we're gonna salute the Creator, or whatever name you choose to call that Creator. We lift up our glass. We salute that Creator in these beautiful surroundings. I mean, if you listen, you can hear the crickets, birds. Y'all seen the creek, the giant creek out here, the water, the birds, all this stuff out here. You know what I'm saying? Provided by the Creator. We lift up our glass. We know the Creator is with us. We know it's around us, right? We know that it's touching us and it's involved with us on a daily basis. So we raise our glass in recognition of the Creator. And we don't have to have necessarily faith that the Creator is around because we already know the Creator is around. We see the life, right? We see the effects of the Creator. We know that it's around. So we want to be conscious of it. When we lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, finally move to our ancestors, our personal ancestors. This is why we gather on a daily basis so that we can lift up our glass and we can toast our ancestors. Excuse me for those that are on Gye-Nyame, because I can't cut it off once I start streaming. Once I start streaming, I can't cut it off with the way that I'm doing it now. But let me go on and pull up G&J.media. And let me hurry up because I know because this battery is weak as hell. G&J.media. I gotta figure out how to get. I know how to stream. And I know how I should have did it but then even that battery is weak as hell. So we're going to G&J.media. I want to make sure I'm able to catch some of the comments because I ain't been seeing them. Shouts out to Brother Kwame. Matter of fact, Brother Kwame came out and chilled with the family yesterday. And how did the brothers? Oh man, the movie was good. The movie was good. I was just tired. Some of these young people stayed up all night. You know what I'm saying, family? It get on your nerves, but it's a beautiful thing to know that your children are able to get out here and do their thing safely. You know what I'm saying? They do their thing safely. They're not concerned about anything. Food provided for, some warmth inside of the tent or the cabin, and they're able to just be young people, children, as long as they ain't breaking my shit. But anyway, so we lift up our glass. We salute our ancestors that our creator worked with. You know what I'm saying? So we lift up our glass. We're gonna salute our ancestors. I'm gonna go as far on the list as I can because I forgot the list at home. I knew I was gonna do that. It's crazy, but anyway. Take that breath. We got Miles Brown, Zan Robin, the Texas, and Davis, Herb Brown, Senior, Rosalie, Tilly, George, Walter, Chris, Fanny Gasson, Alina, Chris, Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Robert Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis, Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Ron Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Falar, Montague Pimenel, Normal X, Pat Ma Rob, Malik Kapoor, Dr. Marianne Williams, Coach Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Billy Dixon, Tony Clark, President Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Pro Actor Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Anders Harris, William Bill Moss for this role, Sterling and Lucy Wright, there, Gail Pulliam, the Luxor Brothers, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, hold on, I'm going to take some stuff off so that I can focus in and also save some battery life because I want us to be able to make it all the way through the toast. Did I send out the gum roll? Send out the gum roll. Take that off. Alright. The later went out. Alright, cool. So we're going to eliminate all that stuff down so that we can maintain this. So let me start over. Got Miles Brown, Zan Robert, the Texas, and Davis, Brown, Senior, Rosalie, Tilly, George, William, Walter, Chris, Fanny Gasson, Alina, Chris, Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alfred Brown, Jenny Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Falar, Montague Pimenel, Normal X, Pat Ma Rob, Malika Fakour, Dr. Marianne Williams, Coach Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Billy Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Pro Actor Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Anders Harris, William Bill Moss for this role, starting in this right there, Gail Pulliam, Luxor Brothers, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Miss Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Miss Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, John Foster, Charles Jordan, Joe Smith, Will Smith, Richard Trigg, Frank Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Darren Ford, George Gibson, Nana Doretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Phyllis Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renneman, Virginia Rogers, Norman J. Smith, Louis Henderson, Kevin Sproutley, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Randy Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kelly D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Trisha Clay, Mel Del Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mitchell Copeland, Jenny Clay, Burt Beatty, Seth Willie, Mama, Agos Sue, Shaw Harvey, Charmaine, Evelyn Theo, Chasberry, Harvey Ashway Sr., Linda Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Allie Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Jordan Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary, Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther, Keisha Reese, Linda Watson, Amy Jarrell, Giles Watson, Spell Slimmy, Seven News, and Jerome Percy Moore, Milton Owen, T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sam Stover, Ada Pierce, Sergeant Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Banks, Man Moss, Sophia, Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Rainier Thornton, Bernie Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, James W. Wood Sr., James Barham, Dana Jones, Amy World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Adam Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinier, Edom Mattel Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Rena Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Johnson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Alexander, Arthur Real, Stan Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Richard Lockhart, Ben Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Theo Monares, Gina Hoop Jones, Janet Callahan. Got William Walter West, Nigel Perez, Elder C.G. Polani, Jim Robinson, Vance Johnson, Valerie Clark, John Ray Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Denise Waters, Debree Science, Ennis Bostic, Anna Bostic, Winifred Scatterberry, Wilson Haley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Sproutley, Kevin Sproutley, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Pinto Jr., Ming Johnson, Will Baloma, Ava Canny, Janice Carter, Mike Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Mark Carter, William Carter, Lisa George, Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dr. Blair, Russell Member Senior, Samuel Rivers Senior, Neilon Blair Senior, Edward Stevens, Suan Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christian Nichols, Colonel Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingles, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingles, Archie Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gaston, Jerry Brownlee, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy. We got Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Stage Track, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, Derek Brown, Ricardo, Jim Cosmo, Paulo Cosmo, Ronald Hubbard, Ronald Hubbard, lost my place. We got Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Stage Track, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, Derek Brown, Ricardo, Jim Cosmo, Paulo Cosmo, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Bruce Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Aaron McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Cleaver, Steve Irby, Tommy Irby, Roy Irby, Jim Gaucher, Georgia Hallie Johnson, Archie Margaret Armstead, Don Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Dean Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Al Becker, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Eddie Reed, Charles Reed, Eulin Andrew Baker, Patricia Ellen Brooks, William and Bob Hatch, Kimber Brennan, Bradley Kim, Harry Tubman Case, Mr. Stern, Sonny Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Riolo Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Eagle, Baby Hatch, Senior, Riley Miller, Housing Hashtag Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alice Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Rhoda Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Eva Stokes, Lily Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Manny and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Cole, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornell Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mae Francis, Jabel Jackson, Michael Slade, John Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Ms. Vanilla, Alice Miley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Earlington Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Allsroom, Audrey Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Aaron Pierce, Donald Carly, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Bond, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Raymond Lord Newton, David Froggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Robert Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Crowley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Kathy Sanders, Maria Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mitchell Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruth Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diana Urban, Howard Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, D. Irvin Sr., Margaret Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robert Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easter, Rashawn Easter, Jabez McCormick, Robert Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shepherd Maha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward H. Benson Sr., Edward Benson Sr. Let's go back. I'm gonna go Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easy, Rashawn Easy, Javed McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shepherd Maha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Louis Fernandez, Jacob Broadus, Reginald Albert, Matthew McCoker, George Swan, Imani Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles A. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlie Morgan, Sybil Evans McNabb, Benny Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. Got Joella Jolly, James Carr as well. We got Liberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis. We got Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Robert Shane Lewis, Ronald Sheldon Jr., Damien Thomas, Tina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundum, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Tremonte, Marcus Price, Nance Words, Marshawn McHale, Dimitri Beard, Herb Jefferson, Rob Mickens, Eric Walker, Clay Sample, Candy Simmons, Severin Clayton, Lily Jones, Shotty Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lunker, Elizabeth Johnson, Mr. Thorne, Johanna, Chandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry S. II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Al Lauty, Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny, Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan Hakeem McComa, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey. As far as I can go, family, remember, it is a mistake of the mind and not of the heart. If I did not get to your ancestors, we lifting up our glass, we salute each and every last one of them, those that were called and those that were not called, those of the family that's out here supporting us. We lift up our glad family. We call our ancestors. We remember our ancestors. Stating the words that hell for Africans is being forgotten. So we pledge to never, never forget our ancestors. So we lift up our glass and we salute and we say, Ashe. We lift it up. Ashe. Can't hear you, Anime. Okay. Oh, she done flew away. She out here kicking it with the birds and the other animals out here. She just forgot about us. So we lift up our glass, we salute our present moment right now, family. I ask you to clear your mind. I ask you to take the fact that Imani is the moment. Imani is the time that we are in, lifting up and thanking the ancestors for allowing us to have this time together, this peaceful time. So I ask you to open up your vertical formation, get out and seek Imani. I want you to get out and speak Imani, right? Not that my rant today was in any way a slight to the principle, right? I want us to be more effective in our use of the principle. So I want us to get rid of stuff that is not working. If it's not working for us, we need to get rid of it. And just empty faith without meaning, faith without works, this faith without effort, this mysterious faith of a mysterious God we need to get rid of. That's my opinion. So we lift up our glass to this moment. We are in Imani. For those who don't speak the language, Imani means faith. We got truth, justice, righteousness, reciprocity, down to order. We are in harmony as far as the Imani principle. We teach the young people in 7 trust. The color is red, as you can see by, well, you can, I got it up under here. We woke up kind of chilly this morning, so I put on the hoodie. As you can see, I got on that Gye-Nyame hoodie. I got that red up underneath so that y'all know where I'm coming from today. Hermetic law. I'm not showing a hermetic law. I'm thinking gender. I could be wrong. But we lift up our glass, we salute this moment, we salute the power of this moment, and with that we say, Ashe. From this moment we move to our future generation, we lift up our glass, we toast our children's children on to infinity, and we say, Ashe. From their family, where do we go? Very simple journey. From here we move to all of our relations, we lift up our glass, we salute each and every last one of them, lifting it up. That's a whole lot, so we can't say all those names, that's a lot. So we lift up our glass, we say Ashe. From their family, we lift up our glass, and we salute we send out energy to those special libations. We toast that special. This is that special libation. Any energy you want to send out, if there's any people out here that need some help or anything, we want to send that energy out. We lift it up. We say Ashe. From their family, we move on. Where do we go? Very simple. You ready? Y'all ain't ready. Not ready. I think y'all ready. All right, we're gonna move from here. We're gonna move to the selfish toast. This is about you. You lift up the glass, and I ask you as I ask every day, what is it that you need to move towards your greatness? Lift up the glass, we say Ashe. From their family, last. It ain't last, but we lift up our tribe, my tribe. Of course, you see it on my shirt. It's Gye-Nyame. You see Miss Anime's cousin on the shirt. And we lifting up our glass, and we say Ashe. Last but not least, you ready? Last but not least, I toast the most magnificent, most beautiful, most uplifting, most inspiring, wisest individual in the room. I lift my glass up and I salute you. Keep up the good work. Lifting it up, and we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. I'm outside. Put a little bit up here. Now let's get it. All right, family. It's Brother Tim. I am up. I want to thank you for your time. So we gonna get up. We out. Ain't got no music. Ain't got no. I got music for Spreaker, but I got none for y'all. But yo, we out. Peace. Hold on. Let me go over here and make sure I ain't missing no chats. All right. We don't know who put Miss Sarah Berry's name on the list, but Char and I were talking about her grandson yesterday. Wow. Char. Sarah Berry, Miss Sarah Berry. I gotta remember where she at. If I can find where she at, Kwame, more than likely, I could track down who put her on the list. But yo, family, we are up. We are out. Y'all have a great year. About to go break down the camp. Those of you that might have babies out here with us, y'all need to get ready because they on their way home. We will be doing another trip. I think the 20th through the 22nd of August, and then I'm gonna talk to royalty about putting something together for the fall. I don't know if we'll be outside. I think fall, winter. Well, I ain't thinking about winter, but winter and possibly spring we could be outside. Summer we could be outside. Early fall we could be outside. But you know, winter, when it start hitting those winter months, we need to be in cabins or we need to be in lodges. You know, so if you want to participate with some of these events, we come together. We allow children to exist in a safe space and run around and have a real good time. And we eat together. We feast. Literally, we feast. You know what I'm saying? We kind of rusty because we ain't did it in a while with this whole pandemic thing, but we made it happen. So shouts out to the Gye-Nyame tribe. Stand up. Stand up. But yo, we out.